What's up, you guys? John MacLennan here, and welcome to Inside the Solo, episode number 16. Today's episode is on a song called The Entertainer, as played by Chet Atkins. And I'm going to be referencing a live YouTube version of this that was from 1975 off a DVD called Legends of Country Guitar. You can find this video on YouTube easily if you search for it, and it also lines up with the actual recorded version of this that Chet Atkins did that was arranged by John Knowles. I always thought Chet Atkins did it, but it was John Knowles who arranged it. So it's going to be pretty much the same as that original recording, and you can reference this YouTube video. Let's get into it. So before we start, I want you to know that I'm in drop D. So I've got this string tuned down to a D. So I've got D, A, D, G, B, E. Okay, here's what we're getting into. So Chet starts out by playing a harmonic on the 12th fret like this. Because we're in drop D, that actually gets a D power chord there. So I just play those three strings, the D string, the A string, and then the fourth string D. And then that rings out, and then you play this line. And that's going to be the 12th fret on the high E to 14, down to 10. Then 12 on the B string, then 9 on the E string, and 10 on the B string. So, again, with this ringing out. Then you play that same melody, but down the octave. So that's going to be 9 on the G string, 7 on the B string, 7 on the G string, 9 on the D string, 6 on the G string, and 7 on the D string. So then we do the same melody again, just down the octave again. So we're going to start on the 2nd fret of the D string and go 2, 4, open, 2 on the A string, 4, 4, then walk down 2s, 1, 0. So we're getting to that A note. So all together, those three licks, we've got the D harmonic, then down the octave, and down the octave, and then a little variation. Now once that A note is ringing, then you can play an A, I like an A13, which would be your first finger on the 5th fret of the D string, 2nd finger on the 6th fret of the G string, 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the B string, and then bar your first finger, also covering the 5th fret on the E string. So I've got this. So, and then you just arpeggiate that chord. So let's listen to it. And I'll play that with it. Now we get into the melody. Now there's a reason why a lot of people guitar teachers don't teach Chet Atkins on YouTube, is because this is just incredibly hard stuff. So take your time with this. Now on the next couple parts, I'm going to be trying to show you more of the shapes, because there's so much going on between what strings I'm picking and everything. So you're going to really have to try and pick up the chord shapes and then find the melody in the chord shapes. So yeah, bear with me. I'm going to try and explain as much as I can so you can have it as clear and concise as possible. So we'll get into this. Then we got these two notes here. So you're going to play the 4th fret of the A string and then the 2nd fret of the D string. We're going to pinch those two together. And I am using a thumb pick, by the way. You can do it without a thumb pick with just your fingers, but I recommend a thumb pick. I mean, that's the way Chet played. So pinch those two, then put your second finger down on the 3rd fret of the D string. So you walk up like this. Da, da. And then we're gonna go to this, we're gonna go to a D triad shape here. So we're gonna put our 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the D string, 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. So there's your D chord. It looks like this shape, but we took this note and put it down the octave. So I have that walk in. And then when I get to here, I make that shape and I pinch low D and then the D string at the 4th fret. And then you play the B string to get the melody. So it's, and then you arpeggiate. So it's, and then you play this note, and then you switch to a G. It's anticipated. So okay, now I've gone to the next shape, a G shape. I'm gonna put my 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the E string, and then just 2 fingers here for this G. 1st finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. Now just pinch these strings first, then you put the bass note down. Hear that? So then you go pinch, bass note, pinch. Then you walk down, and we're gonna do this really cool melody based on the melodies in 6. So what we're doing is our 3rd finger goes down 1 fret to the 4th fret, and then we're gonna add these other 2 fingers. We're gonna put our 4th finger on the 4th fret of the D string, 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, and we're gonna pinch those 2 together. Now I'm using these 2 fingers here, and then I'm gonna play open G and open E. So I've got, and these are all ringing together. And then you get your 1st finger, bar again, the 3rd string and the 1st string. So on the 1st fret. So I'm playing the G and the E strings with my fingers still split like this, and then walk up. So it's, see that? Then when I get to here, I pinch the low A with that. Okay, so then you're gonna play 3 strings and then go to 4 and 3 on strings D and B. So it's like, and then play low A string, and then play, this is kind of like an A chord here. We've got the 2nd fret on the 4th string, and then 2nd fret on the B string, the 2nd string, and then go up to 5 and 5 on those same strings, resolve to 4 and 3. So that's our run there. Again, they're all in what we call a 6 interval, or you could think of it as a sort of a double stop kind of sound. So let's see. And then you play the A string and then the 6th string tuned to D now. So the low D. So there it is. Okay, after that, then we go, so this time we don't actually play the low D, we just go, and we're back to the walk up again. Okay, so that's gonna be open A string, 2nd fret of the A string, and then this shape again, which is 4th fret of the A string and 3rd fret of the D string. And then we start again, same thing. Okay, now this time we go, it's so fast. And instead of going up to this time, we're going to change to this chord shape. So what that is your third finger on the fourth fret of the we'll just call it the E string. And then first finger on the second fret of the G string. And then we roll the chord like this. Then we're going to move to an E9 shape. So let's listen. Okay, so that moves to this shape. Okay, so that shape here, I've got my second finger on the second fret of the E string, first finger on the first fret of the G string, fourth finger on the third fret of the B string, and then second finger on the second fret of the E string. This is an E9 chord. Okay, so now I'm gonna walk this melody. See how I built up that E9? And then we let off this top note. And then we go to A7. Repeat. So that's the first part again. And then we do the walk down. I love this part. Okay, so there we go. So what that is you take a D chord, and you're gonna find this melody. You're gonna play the third fret of the B string, then play open E, and then you walk into that second fret of the D chord. And then you're going to go to a D over C. So see, I'm just walking down. So that shape there is 2 on the A string, second fret with your first finger, and then third fret with your third finger, and second fret with your second finger on strings A, B, and E. So there I kept these 2 fingers the same and just dropped the first finger. So it's kind of like a D, D over C, B minor 7 or G over B, B flat 6 kind of sound. So and then you go to this shape, which is your D chord again, and you're going to go back to the 6. Then play open A, lay your first finger flat, cover these 2, 5, 5, resolving to a D. So that whole bit is. Walk up again. So let's review. So here's from the beginning. We've got our variation. First part again, and then the walk down. Then you start again. Little drums come in. I really hope that this helps you understand Chet Atkins' style a little bit more. He's one of my favorite guitar players, and it's just incredibly great guitar playing. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. We're gonna get into the bridge in the next episode. There's so much to talk about here. Practice that A section, and then next week there's gonna be another episode that's gonna break the bridge down. So make sure you're subscribed, and also check out some of our other Inside the Solo videos. If you wanna get a free PDF on soloing that's over 100 pages, click the link below, and we'll see you in the next video.